What is going on, everybody? We back, and that's a great way to start.
Yeah, Nick already lost his headphones. My name is Jonah Doc and I, and
this wasn't my microphone. And this is Rev Rock Revolution. He did that right before we started the episode, and I kind of figured you were gonna do it again. But I'm glad that you actually
gotta
did.
warm up the metal vocals, you know. Can't just go right into it.
I was literally just yesterday playing Slipknot and practicing my screams, and I felt amazing. So, I feel good. I feel good. I think that's a kind of a teaser of what is to come later on in this episode, a little bit. Yeah. On my end, at least on my end. Welcome back, everybody. See, I don't know why you guys came back. It's already the same random shit that it always is.
Yeah, we're just doing the same thing over and over again.
We are 60 seconds into this episode, and we have barely done an intro. We've already gone off topic.
Yep.
Beautiful. That being said, welcome back. I know you've missed us. Probably not. We've missed you, though. Let's just admit it. You're tuning in again.
Yeah.
You missed seeing us.
You missed us.
Listen.
You missed the chaoticness.
We miss being in your living rooms, in your gym, whatever, wherever you.
We miss hanging out every week as well.
There. Jonah and I, listen. Up until like a couple weeks ago, Jonah and I had it the whole time we've been gone. Jonah and I haven't even been.
We've talked like
twice
because of how busy we've both been.
Which is very strange for us. So we were talking and we were like, look, listen. We need to bring the show back. So here we are.
New year,
keep this one short and sweet.
New season of podcast. Wait, is this a new season?
Sure.
Yeah, new season of podcast. Welcome to season 4, episode 1.
4 seasons already. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy. That is really crazy.
The way we go by in seasons, how quickly we're gonna be a couple years into this thing, we're gonna be on season like 56. And
I like how I don't think we've ever had an ending episode for a season. It's always just, oh, we're on a new season now.
Yeah, it's like, you know what it is? It's the same thing every time. We take an extended break, and then we come back, we're like, new
season! We're
Listen,
new people!
You have to hype it up and make it a special event, or it's not worth anything.
Exactly.
I'm already crying of laughter. This is a great start.
Dude, this is amazing.
Welcome back, everybody.
I miss this so much.
We're going to keep this one short and sweet, like I said. We just want to let you know where the fuck we've been, where the fuck we are, and where the fuck we're going. Pretty simple as that. Jonah, I thought I've been busy until I spoke to Jonah. So, Jonah, why don't you let our viewers know what you've been up to, because it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's been a lot. So I think last time we had an episode, we were interviewing all the Monsters of Metal bands because we did a Monsters of Metal show and we all released music. So we dropped our first album, Love Hate Apocalypse, with Jinx. And then that show was so much fun.
Where's the game thing? I need the microphone to do that. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, but that show was a lot of fun. But also there was another big thing. If you guys remember the band Ex-Vamen that we interviewed, I've been friends with them forever, like the past couple of years. I've been friends with them almost as long as I've been friends with Nick. Yeah, but they got a new lead singer, and that new lead singer is me. So now I'm in 2 bands. So
I love the way you said that. You're the new lead singer, and that singer is me. I am your singer.
I am the singer. Yeah, they couldn't find. They've been looking for a singer for a while. So and they like my vocals. So I was like, yeah,
5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
That's funny.
But I love those dudes. It's been a blast. And I like that I don't have to do as much as I do in Jinx. I get to be that stereotypical lead singer, shows up, does his singing, and then dips.
Yep. I don't know that life. I really don't. I never have. I'm very jealous. But yeah, so 2 bands. So what have you got? You guys have played a lot of gigs, right? I mean,
yeah, we've been playing so many shows. You guys already know like how busy Jinx has been. Last year we did 37 shows in the year, which is the most we've ever done. But then in between all those shows, I'm doing shows with Ex-Vamen. So since I joined the band, which was September, we've probably done like 5 or 6 shows as well, which it's been a blast. And I'm super excited. We're gonna have another Monsters of Metal show at the end of this month, January 31st. It's going to be the same lineup, but our Ex-Vamen, we're releasing our very first single called Voyage Unknown. We have our whole album ready, recorded, mixed, and that's going to be what we're rolling out in this year.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
very different, like from what you do with at least like the themes of the songs.
Oh yeah, definitely theme-wise. Jinx is a lot more a lot more personal. I reach deep inside the bottomless pit like of emotions that I've just pushed away. And then X-Fam is like, oh, I'm gonna go slay a fucking dragon. Yeah.
That's gotta be like, what is that like for you? I've been meaning to ask you this, but like, because it's so different.
Yeah. It's so nice because there's not a lot of overlap. I get to do like the best of both worlds. Van Halen reference. The best of both worlds.
I can't help myself. Anytime anyone says that, immediately.
Yeah, immediately Van Halen.
I see them doing the walk from Live Without a Net.
Oh yeah.
That's where my mind goes immediately. Every time. And you know what?
Classic.
Exactly.
Yeah, wouldn't have it any other way.
I love that concert, by the way. I think that's my favorite concert film. Like, no cap. Like, hand to God.
That is a really good live show. We're gonna have to do an episode on watching like our favorite live shows to watch on YouTube, because that would be good. If this video gets 1,000 likes.
Yes, the first episode of this season is basically just going to be callbacks to every other episode we've ever had, which is kind of a foreshadow of what we're going to talk about at the end of the episode. Look at that. Full circle.
Whoa. That was good.
Stupid.
That was good.
Didn't you miss us? Didn't you miss this?
Yeah. I missed this so much.
Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. So you guys have been writing and recording and playing live and
writing
also
and
recording.
Jinx as well. We've been writing a lot. We finally got around to. So I forgot if I explained this on here or not, but like a year ago from this month, so last January of 2024, Xavier and I wrote a crap ton of songs, and arrangements, and we found a batch which was technically gonna be our first album, but then we just picked some of the songs that were outliers but we still liked, that fit more with the Lies EP, and then tagged them onto that, and then that became our first album, Love Hate Apocalypse. So we're finally getting around to this album.
10 out of 10 album, by the way.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, if you guys haven't listened to it, we'll put the link in the description, because I'm super proud of that as a first album.
You should, as you should be. As you should be.
That was fun, but I'm super excited for this next album.
Amazing singles, some great album tracks. You can't go wrong. It's a great record.
Shout out to Rainer Martinez from Permutations for featuring on the final track, Shooting Stars.
There you go. Look, listen. Self-promo. That is a callback to our second episode with Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
Kiss Counter. Kiss
Counter. Yeah.
And if you've never seen this show before, do your homework. Like,
you got to go watch the first season to understand.
You have to watch season 1, season 2, season 3, and then come back and find us. Okay. Although you'll probably get lost in that oblivion and you'll never make your way back.
Yeah, anyways, you won't make it back.
You were saying, and we're back to me being an asshole and interrupting you 12 times. Here we go.
You're all good, man. You're all good. The viewers know how it works around here.
Yes, they do.
But the next batch of songs we're super excited about. Every single one, in my opinion, is a banger. And we're finally working on that batch. I think it's gonna be our next album. There's like part of me that wants to like hold off because I know the songs are so good, and then just work on like another batch of songs. You ever have that feeling as an artist, is like this is really good, so I kind of want to wait till like it's ready.
Know what I've resolved myself to do? Actually, you know what? Hold that thought. Can you just remind me when I'm talking about the new stuff I'm working on musically to bring up this point? Because I think it's kind of important to what I'm doing, and it might help inspire you. That's all I'm going to say.
I put it down in my notes. I'll remind you.
There you go. We have notes this episode. This is big for us.
We're prepared. We're learning. It's taken us a year or however long we've done this podcast.
How long is? I don't even know.
Year and a half. When did we start this?
A year and a half, I think.
It was a year and a half.
Not last. I think it was like last July. Like, not this past July, but the July before.
The July before.
Isn't that nuts?
That's crazy.
I feel like we've been doing this for like a month and also for like 5 years.
This has just become a part of our life.
Rev Rock Revolution will never die. Like, I don't care what's do everything through our individual tours and albums.
When we are dead and in the ground, we'll be doing episodes from the grave. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just gonna be our skeletons right next to each other. Like,
stay tuned for our exclusive interviews with dead rock stars. First episode, Dimebag Darrell and Eddie Van Halen. It's happening. It's happening. Oh my God, we're so dumb. No, I say we're so dumb as I say something stupid. Anyways, I promise it's the last time I'm going to interrupt you. Please finish your thought.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
I'm just going to go hide now.
Here, I'll give it. But pretty much to finish up my recap of what's been going on. So yeah, that new album we're super excited for. It's gonna be releasing this year. I'm hoping to release a single next month. We're gonna go on our first like actual tour. It's a week long. It's gonna be in April, so look out for those dates. And then yeah, the Monsters Metal show on January 31st if you're in the Fresno area. It's gonna be fun. It's at Strummers, which is one of the bigger venues in Fresno. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Go. Let's go. I'm just praying for an East Coast tour of some kind, whether it's Jinx or X Vayman or the Jonah Doc and I solo acoustic unplugged tour. I don't care
the
what
solo
it is.
acoustic unplugged tour.
I just want to see Jonah Doc and I in New York. All right.
Yes,
That's
that
on my
will
2025
happen this
bingo
year.
card. That's on my 2025 bingo card.
Jonah
better
makes
be
it to the
stamped.
East Coast.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That sounds like an excellent movie, and I'm renting it immediately. Anyways, you guys have already heard me. I haven't shut up in the last 12 minutes and 42 seconds, but hi, I'm Nick. I'm sure you remember that. I've had like 3 identity crises since we've started this show. And I am ready to tune you in on what I have been up to, because it's been a lot.
Yeah.
When I was leaving this show, that's so weird to say, but like when this show went on hiatus, there we go. I was leaving New York. I was going to star in Saturday Night Fever in Ohio, which I have since then gone to Ohio, rehearsed for that show, teched for that show, done a 6-week run of that show, went to Florida for a week and a half, and then came back. And I've been here for a little bit.
That's
let me tell you all
crazy.
about how that's been. I played Tony Manero in Saturday Night Fever, which was one of my all-time bucket list dream roles. Like, as a performer, as a creative, on the entertainment side of things, was a dream experience. I loved every second of playing that role. All the dancing I got to do. It was a lot of featured acting, singing too. Like, that was just overall one of like a bucket list things to do. It was like one of the biggest things. It's like top theater in Ohio, and it was a big experience for me. So I'm very proud that I got to do that. That being said, it took a lot out of me to make that happen. The rehearsal process was very short, so I had to very much focus. And then during the shows, when I was not performing, I was so tired, I was not doing anything else. So that kind of ate up so much of my life.
That was pretty much just your whole life during that whole
my
run.
entire life for like 2.5 months. Yes, other things which will not be discussed on this show. But for non-legal, like, do not wanting to get into legal issues. Yeah, that was creatively a great experience. Right before I left, and I did a little bit of promotion on it, but I released an EP as a solo artist. That's a little bit of a foreshadow there. Nick Valley, Unbreakable, had 4 tracks. It was 3 of the singles I released this past year. Here I Am, What About Me, Let You Lead Me On. Jonah Doc and I played bass on 2 out of 4 of the tracks, and also Unbreakable, which was the opening track, which was my favorite on the EP. I think it was yours too.
Yeah, that's such a fun song.
And your bass parts were perfect in both of them, so I just want to thank you again for that.
Yeah, of
Jonah
course.
Doc and I of Jinx and X Vayman played on my record. What the fuck? Like, that's so awesome. Hopefully we'll make an actual like legit like release feature happen this year. You know, whether I'm on one of your things or you're on one of my things, we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, we need to do that. I'm surprised it's taken this long.
It's ridiculous. It's kind of stupid. We also have something else in the works, which will, when we have more panned out about it, we're gonna share with you guys. But yeah, so I did that. I had my EP release, and then while I was in Ohio, I had been kind of going back to my roots, and because I had a lot of downtime, I was kind of just doing things that I found comforting and familiar. So I was spending a lot of time listening to my favorite music, watching my favorite stuff. And it kind of led me back to this place of like, okay, what do I really want to be doing? Because I spent this past year as a solo pop rock artist. The year before I was a solo alternative artist. The year before that I was in the mythology. So like I said, I've had multiple identity crises since we've started this show. It's no secret to anyone who watches it. And I've kind of figured out, number one, I'm all about rock. I always have been. I mean, even when I was a pop-ish artists. That's all we've ever talked about on this show. It's all I've ever done and been about. So I know I wanted to be in that space. I know what my favorite music is. I got to see my favorite bands of all time this past year. I mean, in the past couple months, I saw
many
Foo
good
Fighters,
shows
I saw
you had to
Creed,
see.
I saw Sammy Hagar, I saw Extreme. I've seen so many good shows this year. Mammoth, of course, was another one. Daughtry. I just saw some really good shows. And that being said, I'm probably leaving out a bunch. I know where I want to be. I'm in the rock space, the hard rock space, but also like commercial hard rock kind of thing. My favorite influences of Foo Fighters, of Creed, of Van Hagar, of, like my favorite music. And I am starting up a project. Kind of hinted at it a little bit. I posted on social media, made the account Envious, spelled Nvus, which is going to be the band name. I am so it's kind of a hodgepodge of what I've been doing. I'm kind of running everything myself and creating it and presenting that like I was with this Nick Valley stuff. But I'm also, like the Mythology, it's going to be a band, it's going to be a project, but I'm going to let people in on this journey. And by the way, that note I told you to make, here's what I was going to say. I'm not trying to hyperfixate on, I got to get all the music right. I got to do this. I got to, like, polishing. Like, what I'm going to be doing is sharing my journey. Like, hey, I'm working on this song. What do you think of this riff? Like, I'm thinking, or I love this kind of song. I've been making this kind of content now, and people have been seeing it and responding to it. So I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
But like, hey, I'm looking at this band member. This is what's going on in that arena.
So really letting the fans in.
I'm going to be making, like you said, I'm going to be making demos and like releasing demos and calling them demos. I'm not going to worry about having this polished thing that like, this song is good. The song is good. It'll stand up. I know it'll make it sound like listenable. Like, it's not going to sound terrible, obviously, but like, excuse me, I'm getting over something.
All good.
If it's not 100% mixed perfectly, like, I can live with that. And I say, like, look, listen, this is a demo. What do you think of this song? This is when I get the band together, I'm going to re-record this. Like, so that's kind of been my plan. So, Jonah, I don't know if that helps you in any kind of way, but like, I'm just kind of going to be releasing demos.
Yeah, I like that process, letting the fans in, like, from the very beginning and having them see the growth. Because it was kind of what you were doing with the Mythology at the beginning with your Discord server, but now it's moved kind of all to social media now.
It kind of, the Mythology kind of turned into something it wasn't supposed to be, and then it just kind of spiraled and I couldn't pull it back. And I think I finally got it right. I had to go through these 3 different versions of myself, 4 kind of, if you count like the really early stuff, like before I was promoting music, I think, to figure out what I need to do. Who would have thought I'm like doing the serious breakdown of myself in here? But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been up to. That being said, I'm in a new musical right now. There'll be new details on my social media soon. That's going to be opening in a couple weeks. I'm really excited about that. My old band, Out of Exile, is doing a reunion show. We're having a big event. It's going to be awesome. We're playing in the very first venue we ever played in, and we're going to be doing it as a joint gig with the one, the only Chase Philandro. If you don't know who he is, you should. He's the wildest character and personality I've ever met. I've described him as if David Lee Roth was likable, and that is the perfect way to describe him.
That's awesome. We got to get him on the show.
We have to have him on this show. That being said, I will have new music, like I was talking about. I will have a band. I am working on putting these things together. I've been talking to some people about possibly being a part of that already. So that's not something like the Mythology where I just talked about that happening and it never happened. I'm already facilitating that as I'm putting things forward.
Hell yeah.
I'm working in I can't say what band yet, but it's going to be a tribute band I'm going to be doing on the side for some fun. And I'm going to be playing in another cover band, which is established out here on Long Island, kind of get involved in the scene at these venues that I will be looking to book for myself. So that's really exciting. That's kind of what I've been up to. This is like, I've been entering a really creative time, but I find that I do better when I have more things to do at once, because then I can just get a little bit of each thing done. When I feel like
so then your like focus isn't too much on one thing.
When
so
I
then
have giant things to do, I will just cram for a week, and then I'm exhausted and I don't want to do anything else anymore. When I have like 7 or 8 things at once, I will do a little bit each day, and it just moves me further on everything. And I feel like I work best in that scenario.
I feel that so much. That was one of the reasons why I took on X-Famine, because I was doing like just Jinx stuff, and with it just being Jinx, I would work so much on it and then get burnt out. But now like I could just swap between doing stuff for both bands, and it's like when I'm working on one band, it's a rest from the other band, if that makes sense. So then I could recharge.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
nice to
So it always feels like you're not. It feels like you're always working, so you never feel like you're lazy when you're taking a break from something. But you're also like not. Yeah, You know what I'm saying. You get
Yeah.
it. And if anyone has done this kind of thing before, you get it. And I've always wondered how people keep multiple projects running. I get it now. Anyone who's been a fan, I just want to acknowledge this now. Anyone who's been a fan of my Nick Valley music and what I've been doing the past year, I want you to know that's not over. I'm still making music. Like, I still write songs that do not sound like the rock, like what it is I'm looking to do with the band, with Envious. I will keep that for Nick Valley as a solo artist, and I will continue to put stuff out there. So that's not over. I'm just saying my attention is focusing on this right now because that is what I want to use for a launching pad. But like, there's so many people who do it effectively. But like, kind of Corey Taylor, I think, is the best example of that. Like, I'm gonna keep both going, and it's my priority to have both. And as to all the rock fans who are gonna call me posers for having a pop rock career, go fuck yourself. That's my attitude going into 2025. The word poser is such a bullshit term.
What even is a poser anymore? A poser is just whatever people like, what certain people don't like, and then there's other people saying that it's like everything contradicts
people are
now.
Saying somebody's okay. What I've determined a poser to be is if you have not sacrificed all of your being in your entire life to this one genre of music, you like other things, you are a poser. Which is the most bullshit thing I've ever heard of. If you like this kind of music, you're not a poser. If you're pretending to like the music, then you're a poser. That's it.
Stop
Period.
gatekeeping metal music and rock music
Thank
in
you.
2025.
Thank you. That is our mission statement of Rev Rock, which, by the way, I think leads us perfectly into what this. We're wrapping up soon. We're going to keep this episode a little short for you guys so you can digest everything. It kind of leads us into where we're going as a show and what's happening here. Jonah, do you want to start that?
Yeah, so this being a new season, us taking a little bit of a break.
Which we just decided today.
Yeah, we just decided. But Nick and I were talking. We want to get back to our roots. We started this podcast. We wanted to talk about what's going on in the rock and music industry.
Starting the scene, Rev Rock.
Starting the Rev Rock scene, talking about like new music, and sharing sharing our experiences throughout. We're gonna bring some of that back from the first season, talking about what's going on in the rock world, giving you guys new tunes to listen to, and yeah, just like making even more of a community out of this.
100%. Yeah. We're gonna bring back things from season 2, all of our crazy stories from our years as performers and bullshit rants and pop, like wide world culture things that are going on.
We were very philosophical in season 2, so we need to bring some of that.
Right?
Yeah,
I feel
that was the season 2 was a very big self-discovery. Like, I feel like, okay, yeah.
Philosophers 100 years from now are going to study season 2 of this podcast.
Season 1 was like, we're having fun, we have no idea what the fuck we're doing. Season 2, we were discovering so much about ourselves and like what how our minds work and what our I can't
and
English
season
right
3
now.
was not about us at all.
Yeah.
We just had all guests. We did
ton
not.
of guests.
I think we had like 2. I think there were like 2 episodes, and they were literally just so we like when we had holes or people cancel, and like it was literally just you and me. Like I don't even know what those episodes were.
I don't even remember those ones.
Exactly. So what we're going to be doing, we've discussed, is we want to take the best of primarily season 1 because I think that's how this started and like why we started this thing in the first place. But the best of that. Some of the season 2, so we don't want to get too heavy on you. We know.
Yeah, we're not going to do one every single episode.
Wait, those were fucking hour-long TED Talks. We're not doing that again. Mostly from me. Season 3 was a blast having people on the show.
Yeah.
We're going to bring that back. Maybe have some people
regularly
regularly come back every couple of weeks. But we're going to take the best of the 3 seasons. And I think going forward, season 4 onwards. Season 4, season 5, season 6 and 7. That being said, however long this show goes, whether they take me out or I leave, whichever comes first.
No, we're going to be doing this in the grave, remember?
That's
it's
true.
Never going to end.
It's never going to end.
We're going to have like AI versions of ourselves, like Kiss.
Like Kiss?
And, yeah.
That being said, we're so good at this. Can we just take a second to acknowledge how we never started a podcast before, and within a year and a half, I would say this is like one of the top 10 most entertaining podcasts on the market. And I'm not even self-glazing right now. I am just being dead-ass objectively truthful. when I say the amount of people who have DM'd me or have told me in real life that they, like people I know, like people that I've worked with, people that I've done shows with, people that I used to go to school with, they've come to me and they've told me, look, listen, I just watched your podcast and like that's one of the best things I've ever seen.
That's
So, like,
awesome.
I'm sure you've like people have said before they like the show.
Yeah,
right?
I've gotten some DMs about like how much the podcast means to people and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
So I think
crazy. I'd say we
we
only
do
know a
is
little bit
important.
more like, than when we started.
we still know nothing about this.
Yeah.
But I think that's the beauty of it. And we want to always carry that. So we're bringing back the show is called Rev Rock. That's why we're doing this. We want to bring that back. We're going to let you into our worlds too. So if you're following our music, or if you came to the show because of the rock music and you want to get to know us, that's there. We're going to have guests so other people with different perspectives can kind of showcase their stories. Or if we have people come back regularly just to shoot the shit and be a part of that discussion so we have a different voice and opinion.
Perspective, yeah.
But yeah, that being said, I think that's a good place to kind of wrap this up.
Yeah, I think that's
Jonah,
perfect.
Is there anything else you want to let everybody know before we say peace out to this motherfucker?
I was not expecting. But
Always keeping listen.
Yeah, always on.
We always keep you on your toes. All right, just saying.
That is true. If you guys have anything that you guys want us to talk about on this podcast, or any guests you want us to bring back, or if there's any guests that we haven't had that you want us to bring on the show, let us know in the comments
Philandro.
or DM us at. Is our Instagram just RevRock Revolution? I'm
think
so
it is.
unprofessional. I don't even know what our Instagram is.
I'm gonna look at my Instagram right now.
Yeah, but if
Please
there's
hold.
anything you want us to do on this podcast,
Jeopardy music starts
let us
playing.
know. And
It is Rev Rock
Yo,
Revolution at Rev
yes.
Rock Revolution.
yeah, go
yeah,
follow
so
us. We're gonna finally be doing more social media this time around as well.
And we have another project, I'm going to end on this, that we're going to be working on together. It's going to be a series, I think, hopefully. We're going to try out one and see how it goes, but I think hopefully we're going to have a series of them. I think this year, Jonah and I are going to get more involved in each other's creative processes.
Yes,
and
definitely.
the show is going to be at the forefront. So I'm excited because I think this is going to be our best year yet as like we're kind of business partners at this point.
Yeah, pretty
as business
much.
partners, as creative partners, as friends. I think as brothers, I think this is going to be a big year for us.
Yeah.
So with that being
25
said,
is gonna
Jonah,
be the year.
let's fucking go. The year of Red Rock. My name is Nick Valley.
My name is Jonah Doc and I, and we're
This is Red Rock Revolution. We will see you guys soon. Peace.